Okay, so this is a mini lesson for DocHub. Vicki, take it away.
Hey, I was looking for something when I upload, say, a PDF straight from my teacher's manuals or our theology website with our textbooks. I would upload those to Google Classroom, but the kids could never fill the PDFs. So they would print them out themselves or write on another document, things like that. And it would have been nice, I thought, just to have them be able to put text boxes or fill in on them. Did some looking around and found DocHub. So if you go on while you're logged into your own account, if you would go to DocHub.com, you would have to open that and download it. Once it's there, then you're good, and it will be something you can always open PDFs with. For example, if I go to, trying to open a new tab, but it's not giving me a,
Pull it down. Like, go up here. Pull it down. There you
okay,
go.
now I can reach it. If I would open up in Classroom, in my morality class, I'm going to open up my test one here because I sent a couple to Sam. I added Sam to my class. If we'd open up this document, I don't know how I get this way over here. When you go over to these three little dots, you would say open in a new window when you'd open up a PDF. And this one may not have DocHub on it because it's not logged in, but then it should pop up with open with, and you can use DocHub. So we'll open it up in a new window. In here, you can add text boxes. Today, I actually figured out I added my signature on my, I logged it to my phone, wrote my signature, and sent my flu forms in with my signature at the bottom.
That's so awesome.
So on the screen then, you can click like the text tool, and then you can simply add text boxes and they can write their answers in. You can, like this one here with the signature, see it stores my signature and my initials. So I could like add my signature to a document and then it would have it there.
Wow.
Yeah. So for example, I think I pulled up my, these are my flu forms. So like this I sent off to Ann today quick, and I had, you can draw with it so you can write. I had to circle that he was male, but it inserted my signature right on the form for me. I'm thinking when we do registration in the fall, when we're filling things out and we have to sign lots of things, and quite frankly, even on this one, I went to edit it. You'll have to open it with DocHub again when you go to do it. That gives you the things. When you go to, like I needed to do another one for Sam, another one for Megan, I just went back and changed the few boxes that I needed to and didn't have to rewrite the whole shebang. So like I could go here and in this box, it's not letting me open it up. I gotta go to text. In this box, and I could just change what his initials were there. When you are on, let me open this one back up. Go back to the marker. So you can add, like I said, add text boxes. They can type in them like this is my answer. And then you can have them share them also. So to do that, you have to go over to the three little lines here, and you're going to download and save it to your Google Drive. It'll ask then once, like where you want to save it. And for this one, maybe you want to save it in, say it's a morality class. And then they can save it. One of the things that will pop up then is to show it in their drive. I had my kids do this so that it would show them which one it was, and then they could rename it. So like say the same one that I just gave them was here, they could easily rename this one to hand in. Okay, maybe with their name on it. However you assigned them to hand it in. Then when you go back to Classroom, when they want to go ahead and hand in their assignment, not sure why it's not letting me add his thing here. Probably because I'm in this, I'm in as mine, not Sam, that's why. When you're in the student one, then you just add it, and then you go into your documents or into your drive and you add it there. I'm not going to add him now. There's no point in adding it. But they can reopen when they're in DocHub, if you go just to DocHub itself and you want to log in, if you're in Google, it'll pull up all the documents that you've already used in DocHub right there. So like here's the defining sin worksheet. This one is the flu form for Caleb. And this was Sam's. So it'll save the ones that I have in there. You can go back and edit them. You can see when you created them. So if you pull one up, it's just nice to be able to go back to those. The signature edition was a nice little feature. When I added a signature, you can create a signature and you can choose phone. And you just simply type in your number here, like your cell phone, and it will tell you, you'll get a text message from them. It'll say, turn your phone to landscape and sign your name. And it uploads it right to the DocHub, which was really kind of slick. And then it'll ask you, like you can do your initials too. It would put your initials in there. I think you could draw it right here on the screen if you're any good at drawing with a mouse, which I am not. So it was kind of nice. Now, Mary, you did yours with an uploaded image.
Yep.
Just took a picture of it. And then you could import your signature that way as well. So mostly for me, it was nice to be able to do the things that I got from my text or other PDFs that I'd find if you find them online or some other source for your class. But our religion series all has all of our worksheets and things online on their website. So then I could just download them straight from there and the kids could write in them. First, they thought it was a little crazy when I was trying to teach this to the class. And it was, and I think you'd need probably a learning curve depending on how old the kids are. High school here, some of the kids already had DocHub downloaded. They were already using it, so they weren't too surprised by this. But it was just kind of nice when they could go ahead and just write the answers right in there and save it that way. So I don't know. There's not a whole lot else to DocHub. I don't know if you had any questions, Kayla, or when to run back through any of that again.
Well, Ann Pottabom's here too now,
Okay.
by the way.
I'll add her to
Okay.
the list.
And Audrey.
And there's Obs.
I
Okay,
did type
so
out these. I did type out these directions, so I have them as a Google Doc that I can share.
Yeah.
That just takes you through step by step what I did or what I had the kids do.
Yeah, because I think that would be nice because obviously there's going to have to be a learning curve.
You're
mean,
gonna
I
want
have
to do
to
with
set
some
up-
sample thing or something first with the
Right.
kids, some small thing where they just have to maybe add one text box and try to share it back with you.
Yeah.
Back up to Google Classroom.
Okay.
So I'm trying to think if I can find in here what I called it. Probably DocHub. That would be smart. I saved. Oh yeah, here.
Sure.
I will. I made this because this is what I put up on the board for the kids. This took them through step by step how they could use it. So, Ann Pottabom. Ann, are you not in there yet? Oh, there you are. Because to me, I like a cheat sheet for stuff. I don't want to necessarily have to go back and look for it all myself. But there you go. And you guys can edit it too. I don't care if you want to. But that is what I just took the class through. So the first thing was that they had to download. It's kind of like an app, I think, for Chrome is what it's considered. And then when they open the PDF, like here, I told them click on the three dots in the top right-hand corner, and they'll open it in a new window and stuff. It just takes you straight through. These are so. And just letting you know here, like the teacher, then if sometimes the kids would delete the one I gave them, the blank one, but they could send you both. You could see the blank one and the one that they filled in. But it was very important for them to rename them because otherwise kids were sending me what they thought was the one that they had filled in. And actually they were just resending me the blank one that I had given them. So that was kind of an important part. And sometimes just adding their name to what they renamed it was a good thing. So, but yeah, Ann, I don't know if you were there when I mentioned that I used it for flu forms.
Yeah.
And I was able to even import my signature. When you go up here, you can import, create a signature, and it would take you through, like you put your cell phone number in, and you could write right on your cell phone and add it. And then
you to
save
write on
your, saves like your signature, your initials, things you can add to things. They don't look great, but they look better than what I sign downtown when I'm using my credit card. So, but you can draw with it. You can write right on here if there's things you want to do. Obviously, that's not pretty, but there's, you know, eraser. You can erase that or get rid of the things that you put. But it's pretty.
So are you entering a box underneath all of those for entry?
I created a box, a text box in every one of those. So when you click on this little text tool, you would create a box right here and then type in what you wanted to put.
And so my question is this, because I've kind of been messing around with this a little bit with my science worksheets, but they all have lines. So do all the lines continue to show up, like, because they have like lines left to write the answers in? So then if I would do something like this, does it have to be lined up, or otherwise their typing is going to have lines through the whole thing?
You'd want to kind of line it up, which like I did with these, and I even resized my font
Okay.
in the
That's
box
what I'm wondering. Okay.
that they may want to do. But yeah, they're going to, when you go to put a box in, you can kind of see where it's at, but it's movable. They can move it up and down, so they're not putting the text over top of a line. So like, for example, if that line was your box, you wouldn't want to put your box right over top of it when they're typing, say, their answer, but they could take it then and move it so it's on top.
Okay.
Yeah, the science worksheets, I remember that with the kids too. And there are a lot of those, the pictures that they want you to label and things like that.
Many little like spots.
This would be really nice to add just little boxes into those diagrams and stuff.
Yep.
So yeah, kind of fun. And they can draw, they can highlight lots of different things. Comments, I haven't messed with that. I'm not sure how that works. If that means that the teacher can go back maybe.
I think you can put comments on the side.
On their paper. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Just
Yeah,
like
I tried that.
in Google. So
Has any of the kids used it on like their iPads?
yes.
Does it work the same?
That worked okay. When you went to the, for them to, gosh, I'm trying to think which part it was. At the very beginning when there was like the 3 dots, it didn't say open a new window. It said like download or something like that. There was something different that they had. And again, when these guys go to save to the Google Drive, it would save, but it would never pop up on the kids that had MacBooks. It would never pop up and say show in Drive. They would just have to go back to their Drive and find it. For some reason, there was just a change in order of how things were read.
Okay.
But I know I had kids do it on like iPads or tablets, and I had kids on both Mac and PC.
Okay.
Awesome.
So,
I'm kind of pumped.
and again, Ann, I don't know if you caught this, but when you go to the actual DocHub website, which I think I'm on right now,
Yeah, I've been on there a few
it'll
times.
show all the things that you've used too.
Yep.
Okay. And I'm not sure if this one says it expires because it has my signature. That it expires in 4 days.
Oh, maybe.
That's a real possibility because since that one has my signature in it, that your signature's only good for so long.
Cool.
That might be kind of nice.
You know, so it doesn't just save it in there forever. But to me, when I'm filling out some of these multiple forms for kids or registration things and stuff, this is definitely going to be something that I'll probably even use myself, not just even in the classroom. But
Sure.
those science worksheets, Ann, were definitely something I was thinking about. I remember Meg struggling. She's like, just give me the worksheet. I hate trying to write. You know, they had to try and draw on another piece of paper, a document, and make it look like it fit the diagram. So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's worth a shot at least.
Pretty user-friendly, and the fact that it saves it in DocHub as well, even if you don't get it over where you want it to or rename it right away in Google, you can at least find it here.
Cool.
So,
Thank you.
yeah.
Any other questions, ladies?
No,
How to
that's
get
it.
24 more hours in every day. That's all.
How many more do you want?
Just 24.
Oh, no. Maybe just a good 2-hour nap.
Or an online textbook with online resources.
Or if I could just have a curriculum, I would be good with that too.
Just a
All right,
little.
ladies, we'll let you go.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Okay, Mary, what do I do here then, over here? Nothing, I just shut down, I log out?
Yeah, pretty much. You just, I'll end it here in just a second, and then you go ahead and you'll just leave as well.